Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video today we're taking a look at the IROK MG75 Pro. Obviously you've seen the short unboxing. Comes with a USB-C cable because this is a fully wired keyboard. Comes with a keycap and switch puller and this absolutely beautiful keyboard. Now this is a 75% Hall effect keyboard with a full CNC aluminium case, so it's very heavy. I think it weighs like 1.5 kg, so 1,500 grams. I bought this because I was just looking around at 75% keyboards. Usually there's always some corner cut or something I don't like about a 75% keyboard, but when I seen a full aluminium case keyboard like this with a nice design to it, pretty good style keycaps, I had to purchase it and test it out for myself. Now I believe I paid about £73 for this keyboard on AliExpress. I did have to wait about a week for it to come. Alternatively, you can pick this up on Amazon and have it shipped to you maybe faster. I can't remember if it was actually next day delivery or not, but you can still pick it up on Amazon for about 90 something pounds, but I like to save money where I can. Now, so like I said, full aluminium case, and this is a gasket style structure, so should give it a bit of a softer typing feel, and with Hall effect switches anyway, it's not going to feel heavy to press the keys. Now yeah, as mentioned, 8,000 Hz polling rate, a 256K scan rate, and 0.1mm actuation, as well as 0.005mm rapid trigger as well. So this is about as fast as it gets, aside from maybe TMR keyboards, which are becoming quite popular. But for the price, I think this offers not only great aesthetics, but some great performance too. And another thing I really like, because I did use this yesterday when I received it, the RGB on this keyboard looks amazing. It's 500 Hz refresh rate for the RGB or ARGB, and overall it's got very high quality lighting on it as well, which I was really happy to see because sometimes companies seem to skimp out on that part. Now the switches that are in here, so these are the PULSAR magnetic switches. Overall very solid build quality, minimal wobble, and it has got a closed bottom as well. But these switches sound really good, like I was quite surprised honestly. And you do have an option, or there are other switches for this keyboard depending on the colour, which we will cover later when we're looking at this on the website. But you can also get starlight magnetic switches, which are like white ones of these. I don't know the sound difference, but depending on the colourway you go for will determine what switch you get. But this white keycap and silver anodized case, this one comes with the purple star magnetic switches. Another good part of this keyboard is it uses a web-based driver, so you won't be having to install another software, which I really do like. Web-based softwares, just easy to use, or web-based drivers, sorry, should I say. And the software seems, or the driver, Jesus, seems very easy to use, quite basic, but it has all the functions and customizability you'd need for this keyboard. It doesn't come with any flip up feet, but it does have 4 rubber feet at the bottom, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it does sit at an angle anyway, so it's slightly raised up, so it's already at quite a nice angle, good enough for me. Comes with a really nice logo on the back. I guess that's IROK's logo and it's imprinted in there. And you do also get a little logo down here. So all these little details I do really like. And also, before I forget, the keycaps. I believe these are just double shot PBT keycaps. They're quite sturdy. They're not flexing, so they're of pretty high quality. And the texture of these keycaps is really nice as well. It's got kind of like a grippy feel to it. Not actually grippy, but it's not like real slippery. Some of them just feel kind of shiny, if that makes sense. So it's got a great texture to the keycaps as well. So there's a little sound test for this keyboard. But yeah, it sounds really good as well. Like overall, for £73, I love this keyboard. I haven't had a lot of time to use it. Gamed on it for about 2 hours. But it all felt very responsive. And I think I'll be maining this keyboard. I really do like 75% keyboards for the arrow keys. I do quite like it when they come with a volume knob on the side. It's not mandatory, but I just like that. I think it's a good little extra. Maybe they could have got rid of this print button here, put the delete where the print is and put a knob on there. But maybe not enough people actually care about that to want that on this keyboard. But yeah, overall really good keyboard. And let's just go ahead and show you some of the RGB lighting on it. So I don't know how well this camera is going to pick it up, but this is how the keyboard looks with all the lighting on. And you can see I've set like a baby blue. It's very accurate colouring. Some softwares are a bit lackluster, but yeah, the RGB is very vibrant. If we were to turn off some of these lights, sorry. But yeah, you can see it really does shine through nicely. Well, not shine through, but yeah, very vibrant RGB. I'm very happy with that. Let's go ahead and show you how to use the web-based driver. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and search up IROK MG75 Pro driver. And you click here. There's a bunch of different keyboards they do, so feel free to check them all out. And you are looking for the MG75 series. So you're going to click here. It's going to pop up with a box up here telling you to initiate the keyboard, and you click yes, and you kind of just connect it. Once that's all done, because if you click here, there we are, that's what it looks like. Mine says paired. You want to make sure it's connected here. Once it is, you can click on the keyboard area here, and voila, we're into the web-based driver. As you can see, I have messed around a bit with the actuations, but let's go ahead and talk about all the features and what you can kind of do inside of here and how to do them. So first of all, you have got a key calibration thing, which I do recommend doing at the start. Calibrate the keyboard, make sure it's fully calibrated. Now let's start with the lighting. As I mentioned, I'm impressed with the lighting on this keyboard. But yeah, you've got your effects here. Now it will be on this one default, which is just like a rainbow effect. But if I went ahead and selected effect 0, if we have a look at the keyboard, it's now gone to our baby blue. And you have multiple different options. You can click here if you want to just select custom color. So yeah, that's how you change the lighting. There is different modes and stuff. Not that I would ever use them. But yeah, if you go on effect 0 and choose a color like I did, you can just keep a static color, which like I said, just very good RGB. Now let's go ahead and look at the settings for the actuation and everything. So what you can do is you can just left click and go all the way across and select all the keys if you want. Or what you can do is just individually select some. What I ended up doing was going around and all these secondary ones, including the numbers, all around here, arrow keys, I set quite high, just under 1mm. So mainly you only want to keep the keys that you're actually using for gaming. So for me it's like these here, because I am left-handed with my mouse, so this is how I game, but with a joystick for movement. So these are the main ones for me, and as you can see I've got them on a 0.2 actuation. Now I was a little bit confused with all this stuff here, like why is there so many sliders? But then there's also the other quick trigger sensitivity. But if you actually click on this quick trigger introduction, it does give you a brief explanation. I don't fully understand it, but what I've done at the moment is just got these set up slightly below or on par with this here. But you can actually just remove these completely and it will unhighlight them and you can't change them. So I advise you play around with it. If you're confused, then you just need to read the prompts and test things out. That's the main thing, just test it all out. Now you can select all keys from here as well rather than highlighting them, but that's a good thing. Obviously you can go ahead and select some at low actuation, some at higher. So aside from that, there's not really much you can do in here. You can actually change, let me just get rid of the keyboard. You can actually change the 8000 Hz polling rate down to 4K, and at this point you're not going to notice it feeling worse. Like, I'm not saying 8K is a gimmick because it generally is better for latency, but most people are using 1000 Hz mice and keyboards anyway. You have a super responsive mode here, which I'm yet to try out, but it does tell you here what it can do. So I just advise you try these things out because it could be game dependent. Some games you might not want the lowest actuation and super responsive mode, some you might, so figure out what works for you. But yeah, you can change the polling rate here. This is helpful if you ever have any issues with FPS stuttering or anything, because 8K hertz can cause that. Now you do have your FN layers, not that I would ever use something like this. Here we are. So if you click on here, it opens up the whole box. Rather than all these being accessible from over here, you have to actually click on it and you can set up macros, all these different things, SOCD, general remapping. Aside from that, there's not actually many other options. You have your profiles down here, so you could select 2 profiles, one for gaming and you can have another one for working, editing, etc. Aside from that, there's not actually much else inside of here. You have the win lock as well on this part as well, so FM plus win to lock or unlock the Windows key, which is helpful for most of you guys that are left-handed with your keyboard. But yeah, like I said, there's not a lot really going on inside of here. I don't actually know how you would upgrade the firmware from here. There is a frequently asked questions thing here. Here we go. So if we click on this, there we are, we figured it out. Click on this IROK logo, click on firmware. It will say if you're on the latest. So yeah, that's how you update the firmware. We've just figured that out. There is a key tester here as well, which this H key is my edit key in Fortnite. So this is set pretty low, not the absolute lowest actuation because I don't want to accidentally press it. But yeah, you can test the keys out from here if that's something you want. Alright guys, let's quickly look at pricing and availability and all the other bits we wanted to talk about. Like I said, you can buy this on Amazon, but I was correct, it's no different really in terms of shipping to AliExpress. It is slightly faster of course, but you're not getting next day delivery with this unless it depends on what model. No, not really, but yeah, there's multiple different options like colorways. I know Migs, which is a keyboard YouTuber, he makes a lot of keyboard videos, he went for this red one, and like I said, I went for this white and kind of black with the silver case. But there are a few options. You can get these the Contier kind of style ones, but it's going to be about 92 to 93, but if you go for the black for some reason that's 97. But if you go to AliExpress, if you use AliExpress quite often, you may have some coins that will save you a couple of quid or a couple of pounds on here. I paid, I believe, £73 for mine. Here it is here, 73.62 I paid. So if we look at this little chart here, actually, we will see all the details and it will tell us what each one comes with. There's an MG75, MG75 Pro, which is what we've got. Strangely enough, I think these two are the exact same, because mine's a 75 Pro, but mine's white keycaps. Yeah, it actually tells you on here. So this is the one we went with. It says 75 Pro, and it does tell you on this bit actually, purple star magnetic axis. So like the red one, for example, is a max. That comes with, I don't know how to pronounce that, Quing Cool magnetic switches. Which I believe, like I said, is the one that Migs might have gone for, or he might have gone for this one with the Pro Starlight. So I don't know, I haven't really listened to the different sounds of the switches, but the ones we're using in this video are purple star magnetic axis. So depending on the version you go for, if you look at this one, the max, £100 for the max again. But you may really want to not have these. I don't like these keycaps, so I wouldn't even bother going for that. I just like the plain non-shine through keycaps, and that's the MG75 Pro with the purple star magnetic axis. But yeah, you can also use coupon codes on AliExpress, which normally they're always got some sort of coupon code going, especially this time of year. But yeah, overall, depending on the model you go for, it's going to set you back about 75 to £100. Alright guys, so there we have it. That is our video on the IROK MG75 Pro. An all-round very good keyboard, especially for its price. It feels premium, it performs premium, and it doesn't cost too much. Let me know in the comments what you think of this keyboard, and I'll see you guys in the next video.